Ahasuerus had the capacity to change Mordecai's life, but Mordecai remained a watchman, a gatekeeper, until one day the king's heart was touched and said, what can I do for such a person? Dear sister, it's not about going to show the guy's skills in bed. It's whose heart. Next week, whose heart God has touched. Into a no see the heart of a king is in the hands of the Lord, and he directed. Nipa kuma ne ye bibiao. Opeso odani Nebukadnezar aboa. Wa anya hwe Bible so sesa na kuma. Die hia wo nipa ho ye na kuma. Enti hunu de owo tumi wo nipa akoma ho a. Abushia. Ono ne yakoto. May you never intimidate anybody to stay with you. May you never manipulate anybody to stay with you. May you never lie to anybody to support you. Do you know why David didn't die for his time? Lions couldn't kill him. Goliath couldn't kill him. Bears couldn't kill him. But I tell you, Saul could have killed him. Saul could have killed David in the shortest possible time. But all that God did was to touch the heart of Jonathan and Michelle. That was all that God did. He touched the heart of the son and the daughter of Saul, so that whenever they go to cabinet meetings on how to destroy David, Jonathan will come and hide him. To a point that Saul asked Jonathan, are you not my son? Why have you turned against me? It's not him, his heart is touched. God needed to let a man, though they are not gifts, but he made Jonathan love David like a woman loves David. Why? Because he needed to save David from the hand of Saul. 2 Chronicles. And he made in Jerusalem angel invented by cunning men to be on the towers and upon the book hall, to shoot arrows and great stones withal. And his name spread far abroad, for he was marvelously helped till he was strong. Can I give you the most simplest definition of grace? This thing you talk about, by God's grace, and everything by God's. Do you know the meaning of grace? The most simplest meaning of grace is the help of God. That's all. The help of God. You couldn't pay for your sin. He came to pay it for you. The help of God. You were in the bondage of Satan. He took you out of it. The help of God. You were in darkness. He introduced you to his marvelous light. The help of God. You were dead in spirit. He renewed and rebirthed you. The help of God. So grace is actually God in you. That is grace. That is grace. It is God stepping in for you. So it's about you, but not you working. The help of God. Saul also went home to Gibeah, and there went with him a band of men whose hearts God had touched. A man was going to look for donkey with few servants. Then he, by prophetic navigations, ended up with the prophet Samuel and was anointed as the king of Israel. He didn't go about announcing that he's a king now. It was a secret coronation that happened between him and Samuel. But suddenly, the oil that was poured on him started to communicate. And somebody who came on a mission to search for donkeys suddenly got a band of men to leave everything they were doing to start to follow him. Why are you going? We want to follow you. Where do you know me from? We don't know you, but we feel like following you. And then the Bible went on to explain why the men did that. The Bible says, whose hearts God has touched. Sir, you are begging the wrong people. Begging the wrong people. You are following the wrong people. The issue is not you. The issue is not the people. The issue is whose heart God must touch. Sir, the help of God is real. Men left everything they were doing and started to follow Saul. Saul will tell them, go back. No. Whose men, whose hearts God has touched? For somebody to employ you, whose heart God has touched? You are looking for a loan, whose heart God has touched? Have you not seen how Jesus called Peter? Follow me. How he called James? Follow me. Nathaniel, follow me. It was in John 17 when he finished his work that he declared and said, all those you gave me. That means all the following was about giving. So the follow me was not a man trying to express power. they were actually given by God. So follow me will not work on who God has not given, whose heart God has touched. Say, di nyame aka na koma betam ka achewo, di nyame waka na koma betam asase di achewo. Bra wo bre no, any amanini fifra wo ten, just run to the one who helps men, the helper of men. There are some people, you think you can help yourself, you only need God for top up. Sir, this guy here can help himself. Whose heart God has touched. That embassy you are going, whether we'll give you 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, or whether we'll bounce you, whose heart God has touched. There are people who are taking salary of 1,500, but who is paying them 1,500? I tell you, has the capacity to pay them 10,000. But it's all about whose heart God has touched. Ahasuerus had the capacity to change Mordecai's life, but Mordecai remained a watchman, a gatekeeper, until one day his heart, the king's heart, was touched, and said, "What can I do for such a person whose heart God has touched?" Let me tell you, the same doctor that said nothing can be done and watched somebody die, that same doctor said, "We will do something. We can't lose this person." Or we can't lose this person. Whose heart God has touched. And so far will be you. Drew the danger point that this will allow the person to go. BTC in Sunim. ETC Muko Yentimi Mawu. And you are maybe more. And then I wait the Yentimi Manu. Whose heart God has touched. Dear sister, it's not about going to show the guy's skills in bed. It's whose heart. Next week, whose heart God has touched. Into a no class, see the heart of a king is in the hand of the Lord, and he directed. Nipa kuma ne ye bibiao. Opeso odani Nebukadnezar aboa. Wa anya hwe Bible so sesa na kuma. Die hia wo nipa ho ye na kuma. Enti hunu de owo tumi wo nipa akoma ho a. Abushia. Ono ne yakotom. Fiso ono na yamu anyina afri ne ho. Today I say this to you and I pray that the Lord makes sure it never leaves your heart. I pray this to you. May you never intimidate anybody to stay with you. May you never manipulate anybody to stay with you. May you never lie to anybody to support you. Just speak to the one who touches the heart of man. Don't kowtow to anybody. Speak to the one who touches the heart of man. Do you know why David didn't die for his time? Lions couldn't kill him. Goliath couldn't kill him. Bears couldn't kill him. But I tell you, Saul could have killed him. Saul could have killed David in the shortest possible time. But all that God did was to touch the heart of Jonathan and Michelle. That was all that God did. He touched the heart of the son and the daughter of Saul. So that whenever they go to cabinet meetings on how to destroy David, Jonathan will come and hide him. To a point that Saul asked Jonathan, "Are you not my son? Why have you turned against me?" It's not him, his heart is touched. And it came to pass, when he has made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. This is where he lost the battle. This is where it was signed that Saul can never kill David, because his own son, God touched his heart. Verse 2. And Saul took him that day and will let him go no more home to his father's house. Then Jonathan and David made a covenant, because he loved him as his own soul. Let me show you the depth of his love. In 2 Samuel chapter 1 verse 26. How I weep for you, my brother Jonathan. David was now crying when Jonathan died. He said, "Wow, I weep for you, my brother Jonathan. Oh, how much I loved you. And your love for me was deep, deeper than the love of women." Your love for me was deep, deeper than the love of women. God needed to let a man, though they are not gays, but he made Jonathan love David like a woman loves David. Why? Because he needed to save David from the hand of Saul. So the son of Saul's heart must be touched. At a point in time, Jonathan and Michelle, Saul's daughter, have to collaborate and hide David from their father. When God should touch the heart of man, you are a breakthrough away from the heart of somebody being touched. All that God has promised you is with people. Everything God has promised you is with people. When it is time for it to happen, it's only a person he has to click a button. Everybody's help is with somebody, but they are waiting for a command. Their heart must be touched. Too many hearts are closed. Too many hearts are closed to me. There are some of you, your own wife's heart is closed. Your own husband's heart is closed. Your children's hearts are closed. Everybody's heart. The Bible said that when Paul got to Macedonia with Silas, the Bible said they met a woman called Lydia who sell purple. And the Bible says, and the Lord opened her heart, and she paid attention to everything that Paul preached. The Bible said the Lord opened her heart. That means, man of God, is not enough to preach a good message. The heart of man must be open. The difference is somebody's heart. Acts 16:14. One of them was Lydia from Thyatira, a merchant of expensive purple cloth, who worshiped God. As she listened to us, the Lord opened her heart and she accepted what Paul was saying. In Acts chapter 2, the Bible says while Peter was preaching, the Bible said that the heart of the men were pricked. And they said, men and women, what shall we do? Their hearts were pricked. The two men in the road of Emmaus, the Bible said when they were walking with Jesus, and later Jesus revealed, said, did our hearts not burn when he yet spoke to us? Did our heart not burn? Obia koma and says obia koma shishin wall. Also, dollar open a go be few. Signature now open. At the next level, no. A obi pen at the tables. But se radianya na koma who be bia. Interpretation of the help is that too many hearts are closed. Too many hearts are closed. Beautiful women, but the men's heart are closed. Very good man, but every woman that comes around you, her heart is closed. So you can't really live life with them. You have been a teacher for 18 years. And two parties with students in Obianye and to Obian Fraume, their heart are closed. One of the worst things is to pastor people whose heart are closed. Obian few heart are closed. Singer, singing to close hearts. You will have the good melody, the good tonation, the good voice, the good lyrics. This song is powerful. This song is powerful. Wow, you are doing well. We are not achieving free. Their hearts are closed. The help of open hearts. I know you have been praying for open heavens. Pray for open hearts. Pray. That was the grace Jesus was walking in. Favor with God and favor with men. Open heaven is when God's heart is open. But after God's heart is open, men's heart must be open. Jesus operated it so deep that even animals' hearts were open. The day he needed money, fish produced it. He was so favored that the heart of food was open. He used 5 loaves to feed 5,000. Food in the sea and Santa. We won't finish. The heart of a tree was open to David. The Bible says it was a tree that killed Absalom. David rose against David. When all elements met, tree said, leave Absalom for me. I will handle him. Leave Absalom for me. Hearts must be open. Hearts must be open. Birthday mo being kase mato handkerchief me de becho. It's a worry. What me do be school birthday want to handkerchief. What you be school fees birthday want to handkerchief. You have a problem. There is something wrong. There are special days in the lives of people that even if they are the world's billionaires, people must show up with the little they have and say thank you for being who you are. If that doesn't happen, there's an error around you. There's an error around you. You are going to lift up your voice and pray that Lord, the blessing of open hearts, the blessing of open. Lift up your voice. Help me, Lord.